Hello, 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 America. Welcome to the first ever episode of drumroll, please. Yeah, you guys can hear that. Yeah, well, you guys are doing it at home too. I trust you. Okay, first episode of Diva Alert, which is the show that makes sure that you, yes, you, are in the loop about everything happening in Chicago this week. I am sure that you're wondering who I am. I would also be wondering who I am too if I didn't already know. I am your host, Vanessa Kaufman. I'm a girl who's lived in Chicago all of her life, and I'm a freshman at UIC. So that gives me a little bit of credibility because I know what's going on. It's week 8. I'm in the loop. I know what's going on. You're just gonna have to trust me, but you're gonna see by the end of this episode. I hope that you have this sense of trust in me. You know, you get it. So I'm gonna talk about how my week has been. I'm gonna talk about what's going on this week. Halloween is just around the corner. This should be going up on October 23rd. So yeah, Halloween's next week. And it's scary because it's Halloween. Ooh, and also because at the time of recording this, I don't have my costume yet, which is like, little concerning, because I have like a lot of things to do for Halloween. I have this thing going on the 25th. I'll talk about it, but I'll also just talk about it right now. I have this thing going on the 25th that I need a costume for, and then obviously I need it for actually Halloween. Do you guys have any guesses on who I'm going to be? It's okay. You guys don't really know who I am. I'm going to be Miss Piggy from the Muppets. I have no Kermit, unfortunately. I'm probably just going to have a puppet. No shade. But yeah, I am so excited to do that. First, before we get started, I do want to say that usually for this show, there's going to be a guest. Probably. We'll see as the show progresses, and as it grows and evolves, as we get more knowledgeable about what we're doing. But this episode does not have a guest because I want to get to know you. I'm sure that you want to get to know me. And if you don't, I don't know why you're listening to this. And yeah, but whenever I do have guests, they're probably going to be friends of mine or people that I just want to hear different opinions about. I want to hear what's going on in their lives. I want them to give insight on what's going on in Chicago this week. And yeah, I'm just so excited to get started and to like actually start talking. Well, I have started talking. I don't know if you can pick this up from me, but I'm a very talkative person. Right now, it is October 23rd. It is October 23rd. And yeah, Halloween's right around the corner. So why don't I talk about some things that are going on? Okay, so I have 3 to 4 events that are going on before my next episode drops on the 30th, I believe. And so I'm just going to go on about what you should go to, what I'm going to, especially hopefully I have no stalkers that'll pinpoint exactly where I'm going to be. But if I do, that's more people who love me, and I'm not going to say no to that. That's a joke. I hate stalkers. Okay, so first of all, I think that if you're really interested in parties in Chicago and just events in Chicago, you're a college student, mind you. I don't know how old the people watching this are. Hopefully you're college students. That's kind of what this is all about. But if you aren't, hey, you're still welcome. This just might not be exactly what you want to hear. But you guys should all follow Greek Monkey on Instagram. That's kind of where I get a lot of my information. Not to spoil. Spoiler alert, I'm not an omniscient, all-knowing, all-seeing eye and sky. I'm a human. I'm just a girl. So yeah. Back to what I was talking about. Hey, I'm going to forget so much. I'm sure you guys are going to notice this. I forget so much of what I'm talking about, just period, just like every day. So a common catchphrase of mine, me already branding, girl bye. A common like catchphrase of mine is just like, what was I talking about? Because I kind of, maybe it's concerning that I don't know what I'm talking about half the time or that my memory is kind of spotty. Whatever. I am saying that you guys should follow Greek Monkey because it does give you all of the information about parties that you need. I've been going to parties, spoiler alert, since like the first week of college because I just like having fun. And that's not like a bragging point because I feel like it's kind of lame to brag about that, but just like it's fun and I know kind of what I'm talking about maybe. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe, because it still is week 8. It's only the first semester. I have a long way ahead of me. Anyway, so the first event that I want to talk about, and this is kind of like, I haven't really heard much about it, and also me myself, I will not be going if I wanted to, or if I do want to, but if I could, I would. I just can't. I have something else going on that I can't talk about. Spoiler alert. Just kidding. It's like just like a personal thing. Girl, why? I'm so funny. Okay. I need to log in. Okay. It's called Chicago Purge, I think, maybe. It's on the Greek Monkey page. I believe it's pinned. And if it's not, it's probably not that hard to find. It's on October 25th, which is 2 days after this goes up, which I believe is a Saturday. That's cool. Saturday parties are great. I love parties on Friday, but I also love parties on Saturday. I don't know who would throw a party on Sunday. However, I would totally be open to going to a party on Monday. I don't know why. I just love doing things on Mondays. Like I love like Monday's like my adventurous day. Like Friday and Saturday I know where I want to go. Monday, I don't know what I'm going to do that night. I don't know if I'm going to stay home and study. Spoiler alert, probably not. I hate studying. I'm a comm major. So I don't have that heavy of a course load. However, I'm sure that will change as I get older. And as the semesters keep coming and coming and coming. Hey, what was I talking about? Oh, Chicago Purge. So it's on October 25th. It's 9 p.m. to really late. I think, hold on, let me search it up. Because I have Greek Monkey pulled up right now. And it is at 1612 West Division Street, which I think I went to the Wild West party there, which was honestly really fun. It's honestly like I'm not even like just like saying this to say things. It's a good party. It's a good hosted party. It's not that hot, especially since it's going to be a lot colder soon. Thank God, by the way. I am so hot-blooded, like warm-blooded. I sweat when I take one step, by the way. So I'm really grateful that it's becoming colder. Right now I'm wearing a leather jacket. I look so good. You're going to catch me saying that. There's like a window across from where I'm recording this. I also keep backing away from the mic. Hey, sorry. But I just like see myself and I say like, oh, I look so good. And that's confidence, T. Everyone should be confident. I think that everyone should be more confident. Hey, okay. The Purge Chicago at the Pentagon, which is 1612 West Division Street. It's a really good party from when I went to Wild West. I kind of loved it. I had a lot of fun. It's a long line, so you should probably get there at 9 or just wait until like 10. Although actually don't wait until 10 because I waited until 10 and I spent like 20 minutes in the line, which is no shade to wherever this is, but like, that's just like, show up on time, sister. It's not cool to be late with this because it's just going to hurt you. ID 18 plus to enter, 21 plus to drink. Hopefully if you're in college, you'll be 18 plus. I don't know if I have any like 8th graders listening to this. I really hope not. See, I'm so funny. That's like funny. What am I talking about? But yeah, I would go if I could. I can't, but I genuinely recommend it. I think that the Greek Monkey parties are really good. Like they're just like well produced, and I love a well produced thing. I love a well produced party. Additionally, I was gonna talk about this, and then I kind of segued it or split off from it while I was planning. None of those were the right word for it. I kind of shut it down when I was planning this episode because I feel like it's not available. But it can segue into something that's going on in my life, which I would like to talk about. It's October, which means that it's Fright Night at Six Flags. I know that there's a Fright Night event going on where it's like UIC gets like something admission and then UIC was advertising it. However, I don't know if tickets are still available because I checked and I don't think they are. But that would also be on the 25th. And I'm not going to either. But I am going to Fright Night soon. I'm going to Fright Night the day after I'm recording this. So I'm very excited. Genuinely, I love Six Flags. Like, I'm not the type of person to get really scared of roller coasters. Like, I think that it's, like, kind of freeing. Like, okay, so I'm a freshman. I don't know if this is, like, a thing, like, in non-Chicago public schools, I guess. Hey, I really don't know. This is where a guest would come in and talk about their experience, but there's no guests. You're just going to be stuck with me. We had grad night at Six Flags, which was basically we went to Six Flags at like 11 and then we just went on all the rides at night with like other schools, but no like actual like people. And it was fun. And I hadn't been to Six Flags. That was in May of 2025. I hadn't been to Six Flags in like a while. Like that's not like a thing that I would do. Like I'm not going to Six Flags every like month or every like 2 months. I'd been in like 9 years. And that's crazy. And I specifically remember I went on, I can't remember the rides that I went on, but I remember Goliath. I remember Viper. I remember Raging Bull. I remember, I think that is honestly it. But I remember I really wanted to go on X-Flight. And I don't know if my friend's listening to this. Hey, girl. But I was like hanging with her and then she didn't want to go on it. So then I didn't go on it. And I was like kind of pissed, but like it was fine. But then I was like, oh, I should just go to Six Flags again. Like I should just do that. When I remember I have free will, yeah, I should just go to Six Flags. My birthday is in the summer, is in July 22nd. Mark it in your calendars. You guys are going to learn a lot about me. My birthday is very special to me. And it was my 18th over the summer. And so what traditional activity oh my God, what traditional activity did I decide to do? Six Flags. I went to Six Flags for my birthday when I was 18. And it was so much fun. I went on so many rides and it's like, it's just so much fun. Like, I literally like, oh my God, I've been talking for 13 minutes. I can't believe that. This is going so well. But like that feeling that you get when like, I just thought of the Nicole Kidman movie thing. That feeling that you get when the lights begin to dim. But that feeling that you get when you go down the roller coaster is just like so freeing. And I don't scream, I laugh because I'm like, oh my God, like life is worth living. Like this is literally like what I live for. I live for the thrill. I live for like the exhilaration that like roller coasters bring. It's kind of a stupid sentiment because roller coasters are genuinely seen as more like childish things. However, I still love it. And so I'm going to Fright Night, which also I forgot Fright Night is like people scaring you. Hey, I don't want to get scared. I want to get scared on the roller coaster. I don't want to get scared by the guy in the mask trying to kill me. I am a little worried about that, but I'm going with a group and hopefully it'll be fine. And yeah, we'll see. It'd be really cool if I could put in like an excerpt from me at Six Flags, but that quality of audio is not going to be as good as it is now. Although maybe it will because I keep leaning away from the mic unintentionally. Why don't you guys sound off in the comments on if you love this audio quality or if you hate it and you want me to die and stop doing the podcast. Or if you just don't like the audio quality, that's fine too. Okay, so what was I going to talk about? Yeah, I wanted to talk about Six Flags, Fright Night at UIC, or UIC at Fright Night, you know what I mean? Those tickets might not be on sale anymore for that specific deal or offer, through UIC at least, but I know that like Fright Night is not over, it's not Halloween yet. And then Chicago Purge on October 25th, both on October 25th, and both at night. So I love it. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. I'm looking forward to seeing pictures of people at Fright Night and people at Chicago Purge. I follow this one guy who like does professional photos. I don't know if they hire him at like the people who do Chicago Purge, the people at 1612 West Division. Yeah. He's there like all the time and he just takes pictures and I love like his like vibe. He's just taking pictures of people. Mind you, I do look chopped in all those pictures, but well, not all of them, but some of them. I kind of want to talk about that because it's my podcast. Hey, it's all about this is all about being a diva and knowing what's going on and knowing all about yourself. And I kind of talked about confidence earlier, but I want to talk about it more. I like came to the realization where it's like I usually don't repost like obviously like who would consciously repost pictures of themselves when they look chopped, but also like it's more of the sentiment that I'm there. Cause like if I like if a club posts something and I'm in it and I look chopped, I'm still gonna repost it because hey, I'm in that club. Like that's the sentiment. It's not that I look bad that I'm in the club. It's like you're in the club, you should be proud of that, and I am proud of that. When I'm really just talking about nonsense. No, I'm not talking about nonsense. Okay, the theme is just like being confident. And like, I feel like being confident is kind of essential to be a diva because you can't be a diva while putting others down because you're insecure. That's not cool. That's not cute, I fear. And the key to being kind is confidence, and the key to confidence is being kind. Whatever. Okay. I'm sure. Whatever. Okay. I also want to talk about something that is not on October 25th, because that's like the day after this podcast. If anyone is even listening, hey girl, congrats to making it 17 minutes in. Maybe. We're going to see how this gets edited. I don't even know if people are going to have the opportunity to go to, or if they go to Chicago Purge, it's probably not going to be because of me. No shade, because this is coming out the day before. However, Fright Light Open Mic Night is about 6 days after this comes out, which is on October 29th. It's at 12 to 2 p.m. It is in the Commuter Resource Center main lounge, I think. Commuter Student Resource Center main lounge. And I put in my notes, where is that? Because UIC is high-key a maze. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, people, like, send a location for a meeting in an email. Hey, I have no idea where that is. And I kind of got to get better at that, because, like, you need to know where you're going for success. You can't just go around being lost all the time. That's kind of a good message. But the hey, what does that acronym stand for? CSRC, which is Commuter Student Resource Center Main Lounge. Okay, so what you're going to do. Student Center East. That is where it is. I usually go in through Halstead, but there are 2 main entrances, I think. Maybe more. Hey, don't know. But either way, you're going to go upstairs, and where the Dunkin' is, you're going to turn around, and you're going to go to Inner Circle. Hopefully you know where Inner Circle is. I know where Inner Circle is. I never go there, though. You're going to go straight, and then you're going to turn right. And now this part is tricky. It's kind of going to fool you. I think it's the something wellness center. And you're going to go to the wellness center, and you're not going to go to the main desk, because that's not where the thing is. You're going to go past the wellness center, and then you're going to see a big neon sign that says something. I think it says Commuter Student Resource Center. And that's exactly where you need to go. And so you're going to go there, and hopefully it'll be an easy journey from there, because it's just the main lounge. I think it's pretty open. And then as for the actual, like, Fright Light Open Mic night, it's not really night. It's 12 to 2 p.m. However, I still will be going. Wait, will I be going? I will be going. Yes, I totally will be going, because my class starts at 2. My class starts at 2 that day. So I'll just, like, leave early. It's fine. However, if you don't have a class, I think that you should really go, because I think that it's okay. Hey, this is what I'm talking about, where I get ahead of myself and then I sound ridiculous. But I don't really sound that ridiculous, because it's like, whatever. You guys are listening to me. If you're like here this far, like, you know who I am, and you know what I'm talking about. Fright Light Open Mic Night. That really is like, what was it called? A mouthful? Yeah, mouthful. No shade, because like I couldn't have worded it better. Anyway. It's an open mic, which is you go up. I actually have no idea how it works, but the sentiment of an open mic, like the concept is like you're it's performance art. It's public speaking. It's like if you have stage fright, maybe don't do it, but like you have to present art and maybe writing, or song or whatever. I do not know how to register, but because I'm going as an audience member, well, I was going to say I have a little bit of stage fright, but that's actually not true, because why would I be recording a podcast where my thoughts are so widely broadcasted in such a disorganized manner? Not disorganized, but to the point where I could be embarrassed. But hey, guess what? I'm not. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed at all, because the tea with public speaking, I kind of cracked the code with this. I used to do debate in 7th and 8th grade, which is like, okay, like nerd, whatever. Like, don't make fun of me, whatever. But like the real tea is like, you can talk about whatever you want. Maybe not in a podcast, like where people are actively listening to you. But if you ever have to give like a school presentation or like public speaking, no one really cares. Like, obviously people care of what you're saying, but I feel like everyone's always like thinking like, oh, don't mess up, don't make a mistake. But I feel like that's kind of like meaningless, especially if you're in college, because like everyone that you're here to grow, you're not here to be perfect. You're not coming here perfect. You're coming here to grow. So I feel like it's okay if you make mistakes. And then when you adapt the mindset of it's okay that I make mistakes, guess what? you don't make as much mistakes because it's like a whole mental thing where you're not thinking about it so it doesn't happen. However, there's a very fine line that I've learned with that mindset of like, oh, well, no one cares when I'm speaking. Because people do care when you're speaking. Like, there's a very fine line between carelessness and just like being good at talking. Like, I feel like you know what I mean. I love saying you know what I mean. Hey, you probably don't, because I just didn't make any sense. Okay, here's what I wanted to talk about with Fright Light Open Mic. I kind of wanted to talk about just art in general, and then also the importance of performance art. I want to talk about this one show I saw last week. Last week at the time of me recording this, so it would have been October 10th. I am a huge fan of, one, queer culture, and two, drag, Chicago drag, drag all across the world. And that partially comes from my love for the televised show RuPaul's Drag Race, but it also comes from my love of queer art and different art forms and expressing yourself. And so there's this one amazing, spectacular queen. She's one of my favorites in the entire world. Her name is Sasha Colby. And she is spectacular. Everything about her is kind of amazing. Like, oh my God, like this is like, oh my God. She's kind of the Beyonce of drag. I'm also a huge Beyonce fan. Anyway, but she was on season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race and won, no contest. She had no bottom placements. She had 4 wins. That's like the best stats that you can do. And then she went on to be a trailblazer. And she was a trailblazer before she got on the show, but she used that platform to become more than she had been before. And I went to see her. I went to see her second tour because she had a strip tour last year. That's what it's called. It's not like a categorization. It's called strip tour. And then I saw Stripped 2, which was, it's hard to describe exactly what it was. It was just like great art. That's really what it was. It was at Talia Hall, which, great venue. Love seats. I'll talk about why I love seats later because I'm going to talk about another show I saw. I sat down and I just looked around and I like embraced like everything that was going on. Like, I can't believe that I'm so lucky to be at Sasha Colby's show. I'm so excited to be able to witness this art. Mind you, the show hasn't even started. I don't even know what this show is going to be. I haven't seen any videos. And so she comes out and I forget exactly what she is performing to, but it's very like, there's a concept there and you can tell that there's an artistic vision. But beyond the artistic vision, Sasha Colby is a trained dancer. She's been a trained dancer before she got on Drag Race. And so not only was it very purposefully, like there was a purpose, there was a vision behind her art, it was so coordinated and it was so, her movements were so sharp and her movements were so like detailed. Like everything was there for a reason. That's kind of like, people kind of criticize drag on RuPaul's Drag Race, at least like performance, for just people doing whatever trick that they have, like a split or like a death drop when it doesn't really mean anything. I've kind of been thinking about that a lot, where it's like a lot of queens, like if you were to ask a random friend or a random person to do a drag performance or do like a lip sync, they would just start pulling out like all the tricks that they had, but there wouldn't be any intention in their movements. Like they wouldn't be understanding the song. Sasha Colby understands everything, and everything that she does and every muscle that she moves and every costume that she wears is purposeful. And I just thought it was so amazing. I definitely cried. I cried because she did a Silver Springs piece by Fleetwood Mac. And it was just like, that was the perfect way. This is the perfect like display of art to Silver Springs. Like I couldn't have asked for anything better. She did 212. She did, I'm trying to think. But it doesn't really matter what song she did. She just did great art. She was amazing. Also, I met Denali Fox, so that's kind of crazy, actually. Which is another drag queen who I absolutely adore, and she lives in Chicago. And I'm going to talk about that more later, where like networking and like the opportunities that one has with living in Chicago and just like the general theme of this podcast. But I want to get back to the point that I was making, where performance art is so important, and just performance art is so amazing to witness, especially when there's thought and time put into it. With that said, this kind of ties back to the mindset of like, oh, well, I can just like give a presentation, or I can just like public speak or public perform, and no one's really going to care because everyone makes mistakes. That is a good mindset. That's a mindset that I kind of carry. However, it is the best thing in the world when a performer knows what they're doing and has purpose for every single movement of every single muscle, for every single thing that they're doing. Like, that is the best thing that could happen. So that could, like, I feel like I'm just rambling at this point about how much I love Sasha Colby and how much I love precise performance art with meaning and with purpose, moving with purpose. But it really just ties in back to different ways of public speaking and different ways of performing. And so my point is, you should see Fright Light Open Mic Night, because I'm seeing it and you might see me there, and we might have so much fun. And we will have so much fun because we're going to see people who care about their art. We're going to see people who aren't forced to be up there giving their in the open mic. We're not going to see people who begrudgingly did this. We're going to see people who are intently focused on their art and how their art comes across to the public. And that is really important to watch. And I think that you guys should watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it. And I'm going to love it. Yeah. Next, I want to talk about two very different events that are happening on October 30th. So, this is the thick of Halloweekend. And one of these events has to do with actual Halloweekend, and the other kind of doesn't. So, I'm going to talk about them individually. But just keep in mind that I'm going to be talking about two more, before I depart. Okay, so this has kind of been in my head for a while because, like, I saw it in orientation and I was like, there's no way that they're actually doing this. Like, this is crazy. I didn't know it was this mainstream. But Sparky's Drag Race is going to be on October 30th. And I, for one, I just rambled on for like 20 minutes about how much I love drag and how much I love this kind of art form. Of course I'm going. Duh. I think that it's not very Halloweekend vibes. It's really just a thing that happens to fall on Halloweekend. And I will still be going, though. Even though I do want to go to another party, I will be going to Sparky's Drag Race. Maybe I can go to both, because Sparky's Drag Race is at 6 to 8 p.m. And I don't know much of the time frame. I don't know a lot of the details just yet. However, I do know that the parties that are available on October 30th are probably going to be 9 p.m. onwards. So, regardless, Sparky's Drag Race is going to be hosted by Bambi Banks, who, if you do not know, is an amazing drag performer based in Chicago, former daughter, like, I shouldn't say this, Bambi isn't listening, it's okay, former daughter of drag superstar Shea Coulee, who's one of my favorite drag artists, who was on Drag Race season 9 and then lost, and then was on season 5 or All Stars 5 and then won All Stars 5 and then was on the All Winners season and was a finalist. Regardless, that's a lot of pointless terminology that you probably don't care about. But the point, I kind of didn't realize that UIC, like, before I like was a student here, I kind of didn't realize that these colleges like UIC are like they know what they're doing, like they have connections. Cause, like, what do you mean you got Bambi Banks? We're getting Bambi Banks to host Sparky's Drag Race. That's so crazy. Oh my God. And I was also looking, I think that they posted it, UIC SAB. They posted it where it was Sparky's Drag Race from 2022. And one of the queens present there was Sigourney Beaver, who is on TV right now. Literally on TV on our screen. She's on Dragula Titans season 2. So, like, that's just crazy to think about. One, I'm mad because I wanted to see Sigourney Beaver. Like, what do you mean I could have seen Sigourney Beaver if I was born just like 3 years earlier? I'm mad. But also, it just goes to show that UIC has these connections, and UIC, like this kind of place to be. Like, no shade to other people. Like, UIC is the place to be. That should be the new slogan because it rhymes. And I just, like, am really curious, back to Sparky's Drag Race, I'm really curious to see who shows up. Because it's student drag, I think. Let me look it up. Hold on. Yeah, Sparky's Drag Race. Students can now apply to compete as drag queens or kings, okay, inclusive, in this year's Sparky's Drag Race with a $500 scholarship awaiting the winner. Registration for the contest closes October 18th. Oh, so that will have been in the past. However, I don't know if a lot of you guys want to apply. So and if you did, I'm sure you already did because you were probably already aware of this opportunity. So it's student drag, which I am very excited to see. I love young drag. I love seeing representation of people who are my age. And I'm just so excited. I kind of just wanted to talk about local Chicago drag because it's so interesting. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a club called Roscoe's, or a bar, or something. Roscoe's is like the hub for everything like Drag Race, especially when Drag Race is airing or like other shows are airing. Like they do like Project Runway watch parties, Dragula watch parties, Drag Race watch parties, whatever. And it is literally like on Halstead. Like that's like right here. That's like a bus ride away. Like literally. And I'm just like, it's also 21 and up, and I'm not 21. Spoiler alert. Confession. Hey, I got this. Anyway, but it just upsets me because like there's so many just opportunities to see drag, and I don't know why it's 21 and up. I guess like I do know why, like whatever, like no, I don't even, because like I don't even need to like buy drinks. Like I don't do that. That's not me. I just want to see the drag. That kind of just made me upset. Cause like, what do you mean I can't see drag until I'm 21? That's kind of ridiculous. I feel like people should be able to see these kind of queer performances even when they're not 18. Like I guess it's a bar, but like I don't want to spend money, or I don't want to spend money to go to brunches when I could just go to a club that's down the street. Like whatever. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this one queen that I met over the weekend. And to do that, I need to tell you guys what I did over the weekend. So I went to the Butt Toot King show, which is the show starring Susie Toot, Lydia B. Collins, and Corey King. I went to that on Sunday, which would have been October 12th, question mark? Yes, October 12th. I went there that day and I got to meet them. I got to meet the queens. I went with my friend. And I got to meet the queens. I got the meet and greet pass. They were so especially kind. I love when celebrities are kind. I love when celebrities are kind. I love when they like are not like, oh, like I'm the celebrity, like you're the person. I love when they're just humans. I've met drag queens who feel like I'm just like kind of invading their space, and like that's like my own issue to work out, like whatever, like my own like paranoia. But when I met Corey, Lydia, and Susie, it was just like, damn, like oh my god, like these are just humans. These are human people. Like this can be me in like 5 years. The show was actually really good. Like it was really good. Like they had an opening number and then they did 3 solo numbers. My favorite was Corey King, because she did a Beyonce homecoming mix that was like 8 minutes. And I love Beyonce and I love Corey King and I love drag. So what is there not to like about their performance? The story that I want to tell starts at intermission. So it's intermission. They did a costume contest, whatever. I'm with my friend and she says that she has to go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, cool. Can you get me like a water? And she was like, yeah, sure. And so I was saving our spots. I was kind of like tired. I was hot. I was sweaty. It's standing room only. It was at the Metro. And she texts me and she's like, there's no water. It's cash only and I don't have cash. And I'm like, oh, darn. Girl, bye. Oh, darn. But I was like, oh no, like whatever. Like I'm not that thirsty anyway. And I just feel like, oh, it's fine. But then I thought about it. I was like, oh, I am thirsty. Like, I'm really thirsty. Like, I really want water. Like, I'm kind of mad I didn't get water. Like, whatever. And then I thought about it more. And I was like, did I drink today? Like, did I drink water? Like, what's going on? Like, did I drink water at all today? Because the show was at 5. I left at 5. Or the show was at, I got in at 6:30. And so I got ready at 5. And it was a Sunday, so I woke up at like 3. Spoiler alert, I'm a late sleeper. And so I thought about it and I was like, I don't think I drank any water today. And then I thought about it more and I was like, oh, I haven't eaten anything all day. And so it was that moment that I was like, oh God. Now that I thought about it, I feel like everything's going to start coming down. I immediately got like a light feeling in my chest or in my stomach. I was lightheaded. I was sweating, and I was like, oh, I can't be here. I'm in standing room only. And I like envisioned for a second. I was like, imagine if I pass out in the crowd. Oh my God. I immediately went to security. I talked to this super sweet woman. I was like, hey, is there any way that I can sit down? Because there were no seats in the place. I was just contemplating sitting on the stairs, and she was like, yeah, there's totally somewhere you can sit down in like the medical area downstairs. And so I was like, oh shoot, like, okay, like this is definitely gonna be a thing. And so I was like, okay. She told me where it was, like where the seating was. I was not paying attention, no shade. So I was like, oh, can you walk me down? Like, can you walk me there? Because I don't know what you just said. And she was like, yeah, of course. And then she asked, can you go downstairs? Because that's like a reasonable question to someone who's like about to like pass out. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh shoot, can I go down the stairs? And then I looked at the stairs. I thought about it. And then I blinked and I woke up and I was at the bottom of the stairs and everyone was over me. So I did immediately pass out and fall down the stairs. Thank the Lord I didn't hit my head or I didn't hit my foot. I messed up my knee a little bit. It's fine now, but I literally was like, oh shoot, like, oh my God, like, oh, like, this is awful. I look a mess. I'm sure I look a mess. My outfit was so meticulously put on where I'm like, oh shoot, this is all done, like all undone. And the first thing I said before like I could even answer like what my name was, I was like, can we go somewhere in private? Because this is kind of embarrassing. And they were like, yeah, can you get up? And I was like, yeah, I was fine. Like I was fine. And so I went downstairs and I sat down and they started asking me my name, and my name is Vanessa Kaufman. Hi, I'm on the host of Diva Alert. And they were like, who's president? What year is it? And of course I answered like 2045 and I answered Bill Clinton. Just kidding. Funny joke for you guys. That was funny. So I was with a friend. The story was I was with a friend and like she went to the bathroom. That's why I fell down the stairs. That's why I passed out because I couldn't get water. And so I texted her. I was like, oh, I need you to come downstairs right now because I low-key passed out and I don't want you to be alone right now. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, like what's going on? It was really funny because she was dressed as the Glee cheerleaders, the Cheerios. And so it was kind of unserious, but like it's funny. And I was like fine. I really was fine. I just like was roughed up in my knee, but like that's okay. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh, I need somewhere to sit. There's no way I'm standing again. And then, because it's standing room only, I should totally ask if there's anywhere I can sit because you know where the seating is? Probably in the VIP. So, guess what I did? I asked for seating. Also, this sounds like super manipulative. Mind you, I needed a seat. And I needed to see the show because I paid $80 for it. So it's not super manipulative because like I needed a seat. It just happened to be in VIP, but I knew to ask. Okay. And so then I went up and I sat on the balcony and it was so weird. First of all, they were doing this number when I sat down and it was the I don't know what that song is, but it's like, I bite at the hand that feeds me. Snap at the face that is me. Like, it was like that kind of eerie number. And I was like, oh, this is like really weird. And I was I sat down next to this lovely drag queen. Her name was XO Carrington. She was so beautiful and she was so kind. And then I also saw the DJ who had been opening for the set. And I was like, oh, I didn't say hi. I said, love the set. And they were like, okay. Mind you, they saw me many times during the set, looked disinterested. So I was like, oh. I talked with XO Carrington. Not really. I was just watching the show. But she was just so beautiful. And like, the point is, then the show ended and I left and she had left earlier. And then I checked her Instagram because I got her Instagram. I love getting people's Instagrams. And I got her Instagram and she was at like Roscoe's, like, a lot, like often. And I'm like, I want to go to Roscoe's now, but I can't because I'm not 21. Like that's such like, that's evil, 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 evil. Like, I was so upset because I was like, I want to see these drag performers. I want to see XO Carrington. I want to see her live. Why can't I see her at Roscoe's just because I'm not 18 or just because I'm not 21? I'm not going to buy drinks. I don't care. I just want to see the performers. It was a long-winded explanation of saying I love living in Chicago and I love seeing drag shows because there are a lot of local drag queens that show up to these shows. But the point is, I would love living in Chicago so much more if I was 21 and if I could go to these shows. That would be my dream. I can't wait in like 18, 19, 20, 21. That's not 4 years. That's 3 years. Hey, let's think. Let's think wisely. In 3 years when I'm 21, those will be the days when I can go see Drag Race Vegas, I can go see Drag Race Vegas now, but still. When I can go to Roscoe's. Those will be the days. Anyway, the whole thing that started me rambling on about Roscoe's and about drag and about local UIC drag, Sparky's Drag Race. You should go. And I understand that if you're listening to this, if you're this far, you're probably one of my friends. And if you're one of my friends, you're probably going out on October 30th for like a Halloween party. So I'm not. I'm definitely going to Sparky's Drag Race. Although, it does end at 8 p.m., so maybe I will. We'll see. The last event that I wanted to talk about is kind of something that I haven't done a lot of research with because it's also on October 30th, and there's a big chance I won't go because of Sparky's Drag Race, but it is... Hold on. Let me pull up. It's also on Greek Monkey, thankfully. Everyone go follow Greek Monkey. It's literally Greek, like Greek, and then monkey, like the animal, and then an underscore. It's a verified account. It's so tea. I'm going, Nightmare at Haunted Hotel, which is at 1645 North Cicero Avenue, where you have to, it's 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., ID 18 plus to enter, 21 plus to drink. There's a $1,000 costume contest for 250 gift cards to be distributed. I might go. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I definitely have to pay for it. It's at Flight City. And I don't have all this information like on me. I'm reading it off of the post from Greek Monkey. Again, go follow Greek Monkey because it is kind of the source for all of these posts and all of these parties that you might want to go to. So I might be going to that Nightmare at Haunted Hotel after Sparky's Drag Race, but we will see. That's on October 30th. That's going to be the day that my next podcast episode comes out. And so I have a lot more to talk about where it's right on Halloweekend and then post Halloweekend. So yeah, unfortunately, that is probably going to be all that I can talk about today because that's all of the events that I know that are spanning in next week. And so I will definitely see you back here. Hopefully, if you loved this episode, I would appreciate it if you liked and commented. And of course, subscribe to UIC Radio if you haven't already, blah, 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 blah. I am so excited to cover more events next week. I'm so excited to talk about Halloweekend straight off the bat. And then also post-Halloweekend activities. I love November. It's really becoming fall. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. This has been Diva Alert, the first ever episode of all time. Let me know how I did in the comments. And before you leave, go follow Diva Alert on Instagram. It's DIVAALERT_UIC. I will be posting promos. I'll be posting everything relevant about this podcast on there. And yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. I will for sure see you next week. And yeah, that is Vanessa Kaufman signing off. I love you, my divas. Goodbye, 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 America. Mwah.